Right now, though, in the middle of a second date update, we're trying to help out Jake this morning. He's a little confused why his date, Marissa, has not gotten back to him.
Yeah, they went to Whiskey Joe's, and he says everything was great. They even, went out by the water, and they were hanging out where the fire pits are and stuff like that. He goes back to her place. They're making out for a little bit, but he said he didn't stay because he had to work the next morning. But he said everything was great.
Yeah, so now he's confused why he hasn't heard from her because things have just dropped off between the two of them. So we do have Marissa on the phone. She's agreed to talk to us. Let's bring her on. Marissa, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I know Kevin said you were a little confused, and I totally get that. We want to talk to you actually about a date you recently went on, and it sounded like a great date. Would you be willing to talk to us for a couple minutes on the air?
Is this about Jake?
Yeah, actually it is about Jake. And he told us about your guys' date at Whiskey Joe's and how it ended up being a date back at your place, and you guys shared a kiss and all that, but then that was it. He hasn't heard from you since. So what's going on here?
Yeah, because he's a freak.
He's a freak?
What do you mean?
I'm so grossed out by him. I'm not interested.
Well, you kissed him. How grossed out could you be?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, he left his underwear on my bed.
What?
Okay.
His underwear?
Without getting too detailed here, I mean, why was his underwear even off?
You're asking me.
I thought it was just a kiss, right?
Yeah, he said nothing happened. You guys just kissed.
No, nothing happened. Nothing happened. I promise you that. We had our date was going really well, and we were talking, and I happened to be wearing a necklace it's like a flamingo necklace.
Okay.
And if you know me, like all my friends, my family, if you know me, everyone knows that I love flamingos. And when he came over to my place, he saw that I have flamingos kind of little scattered all over my apartment.
Okay.
Pictures, little figurines, things like that. And he noticed my necklace and then was like, you're never going to believe this, but I'm wearing flamingo boxers.
No way.
And he kind of pulls them up over his shorts and to show me, and I could see they were flamingos and whatever. That was all fine. And he leaves. I eventually make it to my bedroom, and I see his boxers just laid out on my bed. And I'm like, what? And meanwhile, I'm getting text messages from him that basically say, did you get my gift?
What?
And I'm realizing that he thinks that by leaving his disgusting used boxers, that he thinks that that's some sort of prize that I've won, some sort of gift that he's leaving.
That doesn't turn you on?
Add to my memorabilia collection. I was so disgusted by it.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't understand. I don't understand what the point of this was.
I guess I thought he was going to use the restroom before leaving, and instead that's when he went to my bedroom and took off his underwear and left it for me.
Oh man, that's weird.
That's so weird.
Weird, you guys.
So you haven't responded to him at all?
No, I didn't respond. I was disgusted.
What would you say? I don't know. What are you doing?
Thanks for the underwear?
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, Marissa, we have Jake on the phone with us. Do you care if we bring him back on?
Please.
I really want to hear what he has to say.
I have to talk to him?
What's that?
I have to talk to him?
Well, you don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Jake, you there?
Yeah. Okay. Look,
Dude, what are you doing?
Okay. Yeah. She's describing it not like what it was. I thought it was a great night, and I knew I was going to leave, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll leave her this present, and I went to the bathroom and I took them off and I laid them out, nice on her bed, and I was just, I was driving home and I was like, wouldn't it be kind of cute if she, put them on and took a picture and sent to me. Like, this,
oh my God.
We maybe not tell our grandkids, but that's a cool first date kind of
it is.
That's disgusting.
because what are the odds, that I'm wearing the same kind of like animal that she like really loves, so it's like
I do have to admit there's a coincidence there. That's kind of cool. But why would she want to wear your underwear?
I just thought maybe she would think, oh, that's she's thinking about me, and I was, and it was also that kind of like sexy underwear kind of thing.
Okay.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah, I don't think this is the vibe, man, at all. I think this is kind of weird.
So grossed out by it.
Yeah, she's super grossed out by it. Don't do that ever again.
Marissa, you ought to put those underwear on and take some photos.
Absolutely not. They're in the trash.
Okay. Marissa, he obviously very bad read on his part. Very weird move on his part.
What are you thinking?
But would you be willing to give him another chance to kind of just say like, all right, let's start this one over because you guys did have a good date?
I'm sorry. No, I mean, I'm not interested in being the thought that I don't want someone who even has that like mindset.
Okay.
Like it's so what a pervert, like disgusting.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, Jake, I'm sorry that your idea didn't work out. It didn't pan out for you. And we can't make another date happen.
All right. Whatever, Marissa.
All right. You guys take care. I mean, I had to get him off the phone. That was just so strange. And his thought process on all of that is just weird.
That is so weird. Why would you do that? Guys, don't leave your dirty underwear at some girls.
Oh, I've never heard of anybody doing that. What do you think about this? 800-992-1099. 800-992-1099.